someone who's on social assistance, whether it's the transitional assistance, whether it's extended benefits, either way, and for anyone listening, extended benefits would be for someone that the Medical Advisory Board through Social Development deems to have a disability. Those are way, way below the poverty line and below the deep poverty line. And so my concern is seeing that in this budget, and it's not the first budget that it's been like this, certainly, that these rates are nowhere near where they need to be for someone to not have to live in legislated poverty, really. And so can the minister speak to how she feels about these rates and why they aren't higher right now? Because I would argue that they guarantee that someone's going to live in poverty if they're part of these programs. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, through you to the member. SA is a big conversation, and the member's right. It's been sitting on the table for a long time. Are we doing enough? Are the rates appropriate? No. I've been tasked, my mandate has been tasked to look at what is an appropriate rate. And we can't just look at SA as a whole, or as the whole piece. There are so many other pieces that we have to be looking at to support folks. What are the barriers for them leaving social assistance, leaving generational poverty, moving into spaces where they can get out into the workforce, when they can, if they want to decide they want to go on to school, what are the barriers that are stopping them from doing that? When we start looking at, when we look at the person as opposed to just the program, what do they need in order for them to thrive in their community?
So through you, Mr. Chair, the minister and I certainly agree that the rates aren't where they need to be. They must be higher in order to meet those needs. And when I look at what the numbers are in terms of the rates for two people, a parent and a child, typically, they are also significantly below the poverty line, below the deep poverty line. And so, and we know that in the last Human Development Council Child Poverty Report, just from last year, 34.2% of New Brunswick kids lived in food insecure households. And so one of the ways to get at that is to make sure that those households, those families, which includes children are part of these programs, that they have adequate amounts so they can literally have enough food. And I agree with the minister that we do need to look at other programs that are available. However, like providing school lunches, like I have been pushing for that for years. That's great. But that doesn't solve it. What happens at night? What happens on the weekend? What happens over the holiday? What happens during the summer? And during COVID, we really saw what happened. And I'm grateful to the people in my community who got together and figured out how to deliver food to those kids. But what about right now?